Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's messy craft desk. I have just been enjoying myself and having fun, and I invite you to come on in and have a seat with me. Pull your chair up. I'll scoot over so you have room. Grab you a project and let's just craft together, no matter what kind of craft you're doing. Maybe you're crocheting, maybe you're doing diamond painting, maybe you are just sitting and relaxing. That's fine. Come on in and join us. Hold on 1 second. That's my feeding pump alarming. I know. Let me just hold on a second. Let me see. It says flow era. And we'll check all my tubes. See what's going on. Oh, it might be creased right here. Okay, so maybe this will work. I hope so. We'll see if that won't work. I know sometimes people don't like for me to talk about health stuff, or they'll say stuff when I talk about health things, which I do in just about every video, because hear me out. This channel is about me and about my life and about dealing with chronic illness and carrying on and having hard days and good days with chronic illness. Because I have some very, very hard days. And then I have some days that I'm able to push through and carry on. And I want to share all that. And from what I'm told, that it inspires other people who have chronic illnesses and just need to know that they're not the only one dealing with stuff, and that they need to, try to push through at times and stuff, or they need to know it's okay to take a rest day and just relax and do nothing. Listen to your body. So anyway, some people don't like to hear all that kind of stuff, but really that's what my channel is about. And then I try to craft my way through my illnesses. My crafting, whether it be crochet, making bracelets, making pins, art journal, whatever my craft is of the day, it's my escape from my chronic illness. I don't get to really escape it. This feeding tube pump, that is hooked to my body. I have a tube coming out of my stomach, and it runs through this pump, and it's pumping formula into my, not really my stomach, into my intestines, because we had to bypass my crazy, lazy, paralyzed stomach. So anyway, it is part of my life. I don't get to turn it off. It's there always. Okay, but that's not what I was talking about today. Just the pump, kind of threw me off there. Anyway, I found something that I am in love with, okay? Let me just tell you. Okay, I have some letter alphabet stamps that I've gotten various places over the years. Actually, I hadn't bought any in a long, long time. So they're, I've either bought them at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or Walmart many years ago. There's only one set that I actually use because it's hard to line them up to make the word not look like a kindergartner done it, There's one particular set I have where it's just one set of letters, and they're a mixture of capital and lowercase letters. And so when you stamp your words out, they're not going to be lined up perfectly because it's lowercase and capital letters all mixed together. Like it might start off with a lowercase and have a uppercase, capital, lowercase, capital, lowercase, And so those are okay to be a little wonky, I feel like. But the others that are wooden blocks with the letters, I feel like I can't ever line those up to make my words. And plus, it's just hard to know you're going to be able to fit it where you want it. So anyway, I found these at Michael's. Okay, so you're like, okay, what about them? Y'all, these are awesome. Look at here. Well, I got a word for somewhere. Here is the word love. Look at that. These click together. And then you stamp it in your ink and stamp it on your paper. Here's where I stamped love. And that's what I stamped. This right here. Now I'm going to do spring. Let me see. I probably got spring somewhere on here. Because I was going to do it. And I was like, let me just go ahead and get my video going. Okay. Here I have spring. And these letters are hooked together like this. Okay. This set that I opened is all uppercase or capital letters. And this one is all lowercase letters. Now, there are repeats of that. Because sometimes you might have like Kayla. I would need the 2 A's. So, some of them you do have in those. In these, I guess you only have one. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's more. There's more than one. So some of you might have multiple of the letters, but some words have multiple E's or A's or, you know, whatever. Okay, let me get my ink pad. And this is just a old ink pad by Ranger that I had bought at Michael's years ago. And for somehow it still has ink. I don't know. Somehow it still is inked up. I usually kind of go around a little bit on it because it is an old stamp, ink pad. And I just want to make sure, you know, I'm getting it in the juicy part of the ink pad to get those letters or whatever I'm inking up, you know, whatever art foamy or stamp or something. I just want to make sure that I'm getting it juicy in there. So anyway, I'm going to put this spring, well, I'm going to do it upside down just because I want to make sure I'm getting close to this edge, but not going off. So it's hard to do this and not use that thumb, honestly, okay? Okay, good enough, good enough. I'm not looking for perfect. So there we have spring. Alright, I like that. And that is the cover to my spring art journal. Spring. And it doesn't have any numbers in this stamp set. I don't know if they make this set stamped with numbers. I hadn't looked into that, but I would put 2026 up under it if I had numbers to do that. Anyway, so I'm kind of working in my art journal today. This is the next page. I did not get Big Daddy to put those rings on for me last night. When he got home, we had to go get my prescriptions at Walmart. We had to run the little small mart and get my prescription. So we did that. And then he had an errand to run, and then we came home. And we were both just tired. I don't even know if I came to my desk. I can't remember, to be honest. This little Frida Kahlo girl says, I paint flowers so they will not die. And so I just thought that was cute on this flower page. And she is adorable. And this is an art foamy stamp. And so I just thought that would be neat right there. I just hadn't glued it down yet. But I'm going to glue her in there. And let's see. Did I have anything else? I might have stuck something other in here. And I'm just trying to keep the pages like the way I want them in a book. Oh, I did do these. These are an art foamy stamp. Actually, they go to a bigger stamp, and I just stamped part of it and cut them off. And I'm going to try to use them on this page over here somehow. And I may have to trim them down a little more. But I plan to use them over here. I'm waiting on a tree. I'm going to put a tree on here So I'm waiting to do that. Okay, and then I did do this little doodle, and she's an art foamy, and so I did stamp her and used my alcohol markers on her, and then I did glue that one down. And I may end up putting some words up here. I just, hadn't got to that part yet. I don't think I put anything else in here. I think that was all for now. But there's other things I want to do. So, I was thinking, so on this page here, I want to put, where flowers bloom, so does hope. And so I'm just going to take these stamps and look and see what I got. I'm going to find my letters. I call myself looking. Okay, here's a W. So I'm going to put these letters together. I'll show you how I'm put, I'm sure you don't want to watch me put every little letter on here. But, look, these are so easy to do. I may have that H upside down. I think I did. WH. I need E. And if you're new here and you don't know, I have Raynaud's, and so I've had 7 finger amputations due to Raynaud's. I've been to lots of rheumatologist doctors about my Raynaud's and everything that anyone suggests, and my doctor has called lots and lots of universities and doctors in other states and stuff too. Everything any of them suggest, we've already tried. So, where my thumb is flared up, and basically we're just trying everything all over again because there's nothing really new for us to try. He's consulted, my doctor has consulted another physician, and we've just tried, everything that's available. And so we just try those things again. But I do have this thumb. It is swollen and just flared up right here. And angry as can be. It is angry, and I'm angry. I'm angry at the whole situation. Because it is scary. It is. It's scary when you've lost this many fingers and you have a thumb flaring up like that, and you're scared for what it could mean. Now, I'm trying a medication that I'm just really, hoping does help me. And there's a possibility it could, so... Okay, so my W is over there. I obviously only got one W. I could open my lowercase. Where flowers? Okay. I got where, and I was going to do where flowers bloom, so does hope. Where flowers... Okay, let's try to get bloom going. The fun thing about this, I was hoping to show you, is that you can hook words together. But I don't know if my letter I need is in another word. Like right now I need 2 O's. There's one. These aren't magnet or anything. They just click together. And if I can do it with my hands that have no strength in them whatsoever, I feel like anybody could do them. So if you've been looking for letters that, you know, will stick together and help you line up letters so, you know, it makes sense and your letters aren't all crooked and everywhere like a kindergartner tried to do it. Mine looked more like a 3-year-old did it. But let me just show you that if that was the complete word, which I'm going to have to take them apart to do the next word, but you can hook them together like that and stamp it. Stamp it in your ink and then stamp it on your paper. And this is going to say where flowers bloom. And then I was going to put so does hope. But I only have so many of the letters. I'm not going to be able to hook them together like I wanted to. I was hoping to just, I mean, it would be nice if I had multiple sets of this and then I could just hook them together, but that's not, you know, that's not whatever whatever I'm trying to say. I do have the lowercase also, but still I would end up having like mixture of uppercase and lowercase, which I'm okay with, but right now I was just trying to do all capital letters. Yeah, even that I wouldn't have enough, even if I was using a mixture of both. I need an M. Okay, so I know I'm going to put a tree on this, but I don't know exactly where that tree is going to land. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to start with my bottom word first. Oh, because it's easier to start at the bottom and go up. Okay, I'm having a little bit of difficulty, but it's just because I'm not able to use that thumb. Bear with me. Oh. Now I need an M. I thought I had got my M out. Didn't I? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put right here bloom at the bottom of this. And then I'm going to go up with flowers and where flowers bloom. And then I'm going to put so does hope. So that's my plan for this. So again, I'm just going to smush this around a few times on here in different places. Just making sure I get it all juicy. I'm amazed that this stamp pad, ink pad, is still juicy as it is. Sometimes it does give me a little bit of trouble, but for the most part, it still works. Okay, I got bloom. So the next word up is flowers. And didn't I get a W out? That's because my W is up here. F-L-O-W. E. R. And then I have an S right here. Yeah. Okay, see how easy it is to do these? I mean, I'm not trying to sell you these because obviously I don't make anything off of that. But I do want you to know that they're so easy to use. And I love that I found these. I love it. Oh. Okay, I got it. Okay, flowers. I did hurt my thumb. Word flowers. Okay, now I gotta go back and make the word where. Now I did do flowers a little crooked, but I feel like I'm kind of rushing for you guys, so I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. I feel like I was rushing that just for video's sake, and I shouldn't be rushing. Okay. W-E-R. I need an R. Yeah, I did put that really crooked. R-E. Here it is, just hanging out there waiting on me. Where? Okay. So, it looks okay because they're all a little bit crooked, right? So, where flowers bloom. And then I wanted to leave a space for a tree trunk. And then put so does hope. So, I guess they're on the other side. I'm going to put hope at the bottom. And then enough to go out across here and say so does hope. I'd run out of space. So, now, what I need is a little jar, shallow jar to stand these up in. I bet I have something around here somewhere. Let me go look. I just searched my house really fast looking for some shallow, wide-mouthed jar or can. I couldn't find anything. I got this. I thought that would be cute. That'll work. But it's not. It's too deep. It's too deep for them, but I'm going to try to make it work for today. And then I'll try to find something later. That's just not going to work. That's not going to work. Well, let me try just the box that they originally came in. Let me see if I can cut this off, and I'm going to be on the lookout for some kind of little can of something. I think Big Daddy has, and I have something in there. It's got food in it at the moment. It's like, it's a can of bean dip, and it's just smooth. And I can usually swallow that if my esophagus is participating. I mean, if my esophagus is working with me that day, I can sometimes eat that. And so I think that's pretty shallow. It's a little bit deeper than a cat food can. H-O. Tell you what, it is another hot day here. It is like in the 80s this week here, and oh, yeah. I know I'm gonna need this S. Let me just get them all in here and stand up. Maybe I can Well, this is just part of my daily struggle, if you want to know the truth. I struggle with everything I do, but you see, I'm still doing stuff. Just because I struggle doesn't mean I'm going to give up and not, try to do things. I still work hard at trying to do things, so don't let my struggle fool you. I'll struggle all day long trying to complete something. And I don't want it to discourage me or anyone else, because I'm going to get it done eventually. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what you're supposed to do with these little blank ones. They're just smooth. And I don't know how you're supposed to do something with those, but I'm just going to lay those to the side because that's just something for me else to grab that's not going to work. Okay. Whew. Okay, I got hope right here, so let me get hope stamped out. This week has jumped on past us. For me, I had doctor's appointments Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday. I was just glad to be home. I didn't have it in me. And then Big Daddy was like, I'm coming to pick you up so we can go get your prescriptions. I was like, okay. Oh, I put hose. I gotta have a P in here. That hose is for the next word. Here's a P. Hope, not hose. Okay. So. Yeah, what kind of weather are you guys having? Like I said, it's in the 80s here. Yesterday it was like 84. Oh, it's so hot. I actually had to I had on some pants that were comfortable pajama pants, but then I was like, these pants are too hot. So I had to get some thin summer pajama pants out. Okay. D-O E, and then isn't that an S? Yeah. Okay. So, does. Now, I don't have the tree on here yet, but it's coming. I'm going to put a tree on it. So, alright, and the next word is just so. S-O. But if you had enough of these letters and you could spell out your words, like I said, you can connect your words together. And you could line them up where like stuff is centered in the middle and not all be in straight line. So that's good. And some words might end up like that, if you're not using all the letters that you need for your phrase or whatever. And here I'm just going to put that. So does hope. Where flowers bloom, so does hope. And then I'm going to put these on here. And then there's going to be a tree also on this page. Oh, I love that. I love it. And I'm just going to put this up here. And I'm going to put something right here. Okay, so this isn't the little tree that I was going to put on that page, but I think it is now. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with that tree. So what I'm going to do is take my alcohol markers and go ahead and color it in so that I'm not stamping ink on it and then coloring over that. And I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do a pink tree because this is my art journal and things can be whatever color I want them to be, right? And I want my art journal to be fun and, you know, just not the ordinary. I don't want mine the same as JoJo's. Just picking a name, random name. That's a little too light. I want a little bit more color than that. And that was a little purpley. A little on the purple side. This says pastel pink, so I bet you it will work. So, I'm just going to color my little tree in pink, but I'm going to let you guys decide on something else. Okay, I want to put a quote on this tree, and it can be 4 words. 1, 2, 3, 4. That first word has got to be really little, though. So I want you guys to tell me a quote that's 4 words, has to do with spring. Remember, already on this page, we've got where flowers bloom, so does hope. And then we have this tree that's going to be right here. So, tell me a 4-word quote, and then I'll come back and stamp the 4 words on each section of this tree. It could be a very short word right here, only a couple letters. Or maybe we skip that one. This could do, I don't know, probably just 4 words. But that first one's got to be tiny. So maybe you only come up with 3 words, quote. That's fine too. 4 or less. It could be 2 words. Or 3. But yeah, so I'm going to have a pink tree in my spring art journal, and that's purpley fine. That is purpley fine if I have a pink tree. Anyway, I really love these stamps, and I can't wait to stamp out something else with this. I'm going to stamp out this quote, but I'm going to let you guys pick the quote that I'll come back and put, and then I'll put it on that page, and then I'll show you what quote I ended up picking. Now, for the tree trunk, I'm going to go over that with a light brown. Actually, it says natural oak. And this tree is actually a art foamy stamp. I love that because I can do this tree 180 times and color it a different color every time with my alcohol markers. That's why I said 180, because I think, yep, my box is 180 colors. I could do it 180 times. Over here, I think I'm going to do sunshine on the bottom of this. So let me just get my letters. I'm just going to be stamping full, stamping out all kinds of stuff. I don't think I've used a U yet, so it might be one in here. Yup. S-U. N. Oh, I hope I have an extra S. But it may only come with one S. And that's when I'll have... Oh, there's another one. I was going to say, I'll just have to open up my lowercase letters. And I would have done that. I am going to open those up. I was just... I'm going to open them up in just a moment, actually. Let's see. Whoops. Sun... Shine. It is getting so warm in here. Okay, H. I'm gonna have to turn the air on. Whew. It's too warm. S-H-I. Trying to get a little faster at that. I'm definitely going to have to find me something because some of those are down in there, so. And I do check to make sure my letters don't look like they're upside down or anything. Because I guess they could be. I'm not sure. I hadn't played with this enough to know, but sunshine. And I'm just going to put that, well, let's see. I might get it right up under that one. And this is not going to go on that same page, but I just want to do it to go somewhere in my book. Because hopefully this spring we're going to have lots of sunshine. All right. And then I'm going to take a bright yellow. Let's see, what's this one say? This one is fresh green, but I always pull it out because it looks like a pretty yellow. But I do believe it does have a greenish tint. This is pastel yellow. So before I do that, though, we are going to color in these cheeks. I'm going to go back and trace over this with black, but I don't want to go over black with my yellow. If you know, you know. I was looking for a red to do the lips. Scarlet. Not sure what that red looks like. I guess. And I can go back and do the eyes later, but I am going to come in with this pastel yellow and just give it some yellow on here. And then I'll just use this somewhere in the book. And I'm going around the eyes because I'm going to come back and give it probably some bright blue eyes. So does anyone else have this alphabet stamp set? And if so, are you as crazy about it as I am? Like, I was crazy excited to find that. So that is super cute right there. And then I'm just going to cut that out and include the sunshine in it as I cut it out. Kind of like fussy cut around it. But here's the tree that you're going to leave a quote for. Or I could skip that one and put nothing and put a word, 3 words, 1, 2, and 3. So, and then I have some flowers here that I'm just going to color with my alcohol markers to put on there. And then I have this moon. I'll put him in there somewhere. So, yeah, I'm just having fun. So this is the way this set came. This is by Recollections Clickable Stamp Set. It's 48. It was 48 in each box there. So let me see how I can open this. I mean, I opened the other one. I'm just seeing how the package, what I need to do. Now, I've used a knife my whole life. I'm not new with knives. So I'm just trying to get it inside the little package opening there. Sometimes people freak out when I use knives, but I used to carry a pocket knife back when I wore jeans and had knives on me all the time. Okay. And then you just dump them out. Here's the card once again, if you wanted to read what that said. And let's see. Here is the card on the back. And then this is just the way it comes. And you just unclick them. Get whatever letters you need. Spell your word out. Dip them in some ink. And stamp your words. And like I said, like if that was a word... Let me do this. Let me get off 3 blocks. This is the first time taking those apart, but... Okay. Say this word was a little shorter. Say it was 3 letters. You can... You could put that on there, and you could, you know, kind of... center it up the best that you wanted it. If it didn't center all the way, then you just put it ever how you want it. And then say you had another short word to go up under it. So you could do them like this. They don't have to line up completely. You can offset it and stuff like that. And then stick that in your ink. And then stick it on your paper. And that just opens up a lot of options for me. And I assume it would for everyone else. Being able to, you know, keep your letters connected and not have to, you know, sit there and try to line up each of these wooden blocks. And the problem with those wooden blocks, they have those red rubber letters on the bottom. You all know what I'm talking about. But those red rubber letters may not be lined up perfectly anyway. That K might be a little bit cocked to the side, and when you stamp it, even though if you lined it up with a ruler and you stamp it, that K is cocked off to the side, and it just looks weird. You never can get those lined up just right. And if you have, you know, you want to put quotes or longer words or sentences, that would be a pain to do that. So I was so happy to find these that just line themselves up and stamp them on there. Genius. Recollections, that the name brand of this, Recollections, genius. That is just so awesome that they thought to do this. I love it. So anyway, I'm going to look for me 2 small cans type. I'm going to go in there in just a moment and look and see. I'm just... I Okay, I'm making myself aggravated because I'm just not paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm going to go in there in my kitchen and look around at some food containers so that I can say, you know, and get an idea. And then I can say, hey, when you use all that, don't throw it away. And he's going to be like, what? Okay, I'll save the trash for you. I can hear him now. But anyway, I'm going to need 2 of them, I guess, because I'm going to need uppercase and lowercase. Or I could mix them all together if I had a container the right size. So I'm just going to be on the lookout for that. But I wanted to share those stamps with you guys because I was so excited about them. I was like, oh, that is awesome. And somebody else needs to know this. That's exactly what I thought. I wanted to share it quickly because I knew this would benefit not just me, but other people too. So I may have a blue tree. I know I'm going to have different colored leaves, like some purple leaves, pink, blue, any green, spring colors. I'm going to have colors of leaves in there. All kinds of things. I might even have pink pumpkins. Yeah, because I'm crazy like that. Anything you can color with spring colors can go. You know, if you want to color Santa Claus in pink or blue or lime green, go for it. It's your book, your art page, whatever. It's yours. You do whatever how you like it. And we're going to say, oh, that's pretty. Right? We are. You do you. And do the best that you can do. You know, sometimes that's all we can do is just do the best we can. But you know what? As long as we are not giving up on life and we are still doing something to be productive, no matter if it matters to anybody else, if it matters to you, do it. If it brings you joy, do it. If it helps you escape your chronic illness, do it. Do something today that brings you joy and happiness. And other people may not understand it. They may not understand coloring in a coloring book, but that's okay. They don't have to understand it. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. If you need to relax, I'm telling you, coloring in a coloring book is very relaxing. And just like me stamping out these art foamies and coloring them in, oh my gosh, that is very relaxing for me. I'm not doing it for Big Daddy. I'm not doing it for my kids. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me. And it brings me relaxation. It helps me just relax and just calm down and not be so anxious about things that I might be, should be worrying about. Things that most people would be worrying about and going crazy about. It's helping me just kind of forget those things because I'm focusing on what color am I going to color that. I'm not focusing on what am I going to do if I lose my thumb. I got some hard things. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. This ain't anything new. Every day is hard for me. Every day is hard. And some days are even harder. And I always have something major going on in my life with my health. Every day is major. I'm on oxygen. I'm focusing on breathing. I'm just focusing on taking a deep breath. My stomach is just paralyzed and so messed up. I'm just focusing on, trying to go to the bathroom. And some days that would be a major accomplishment. I would shout it from the rooftops if it happened. Oh, y'all, we have to find humor wherever we can find humor. Right? But I'm serious. Like, you know, every day I'm struggling with all kinds of things. The pain in my body. And everything else going on. Whether it be Raynaud's, Lupus, Scleroderma, Gastroparesis, CREST, you know, whatever it be. Ugh. Art is an escape for me. Any kind of craft and hobby is an escape where I'm not having to focus on those things. I can think about, I'm thinking about, what color am I going to color that flower? Oh yeah, but what color am I going to color the next one, you know? Oh, it just helps me think about something else. And so I know, right, you know, I'm just explaining to you guys like how to use art and things like that in your chronic illness. Let it just help you escape for a moment. And like I was saying, I've got major things going on in my body that I want to escape. I guess I could turn to drugs or alcohol, but I turned to art instead. And I advise you to do the same. Don't turn to the other stuff. Yeah, don't turn to the other stuff. Just turn to art. Y'all know it's good to have humor also, okay? If you don't have humor, I don't know. I don't know how you're getting through it. If you getting through life at all if you don't have humor. And sometimes, you know, you just need a good laugh. Laughter is a good medication too. And as I was saying before about my YouTube is basically, you know, like a vlog of my life. And one day my children and my grandchild is going to have these vlogs to look back on and watch and get to know me. That grandchild that I might not get to know is going to be able to use these videos and get to know me. And my children are going to be able to look back at their mama. They might not want to, but the videos are here if they want to. Alright, so I'm just colored in this violet, which is also an art foamy. Everything on this page is art foamies. I'm telling you, I'm addicted to the art foamies because they have really just helped me be able to create art and just opened up some things for me. Now I have stencils that I use, other stamps, but and things like that. But I really do love the art foamies. This is carnations here. Actually, they're having a thing this year where these stamps are $5. This is the January carnations, and this is the February violets. And I forgot what the March one is. It ain't a daisy. It's a daffodil. March is a daffodil. I don't know what they're using. I guess, I hope April is a daisy. You know, April is my birthday month. I love daisies, so I'm hoping it is a daisy. And daisy is the April flower. Hint, hint, KP. I doubt she's watching. I doubt she's watching, but if she is, hint, hint. I love daisies, and I'm waiting on that April stamp. Okay, so I'm going to do these carnations, and I'm going to do a variation of pinks. Here, I'm going to do a lighter pink and just a slight bit darker pink. Maybe. We'll see what color it turns out to be. But I do love these art foamies. They are the best. They're chunky, and they're good for my hands. I'm able to use them and not have to try to deal with tiny little things that, you know, I can't pick up. And so I love that. I love that. Some of my stamps, like these letters I was talking about earlier, that's all different. I love those letters, and I've had those letters for probably 20 years. I don't even know where they came from. Maybe Michael's 20 years ago. But they are flat, and I don't know what they're on the back, but they're not the cling type stamps. They're just flat little stamps. It hurts my fingers when I was peeling them up and stamping them and peeling them up, putting them on and peeling them up. It made my fingers hurt so bad that I had to literally go wash my hands with hot soapy water to get the ink off, first off, and then I just had to go sit and sit and rest my hands because they just made my fingers hurt so bad. So I do rest my hands at times when I feel like I need it. But at this moment, this is what I feel like with my thumb. I feel like if I just kept my thumb still and did not move it, it's not going to be circulating blood. So I need to keep moving it and keeping blood flowing. That's, you know, because if I don't use it, like when I wake up in the middle of the night and I hadn't been moving my thumb, it is throbbing in pain, like pain that makes me get the flashlight and look at my thumb to make sure it hasn't exploded. I don't know why I always think that, but I do. Every time my thumb is throbbing that bad, even my toes, I'll think, oh my gosh, they're exploded. I did this with every finger, okay? It's not anything new. But it does feel like it. I'm always like, oh my gosh, it's exploded. And I get the flashlight and I look and it's still there and still looks the same. But honestly, guys, I'm very scared that I'm going to lose that finger. I do not want to lose my finger. That's so scary because I don't know. I'll lose. When I lost this finger over here, I had that middle finger. When I lost that finger, I lost the ability to do a lot of things. Like it messed me up badly. And so, if I was to lose this thumb, I'm going to lose the ability to do a lot of things that I still want to do. So I am worried about it. And some people don't want to hear about it, I know, but that's what we talk about here. It's things that people may be dealing with. Chronic illness, things that I'm dealing with, and if other people are dealing with it, you know, maybe they can find some hope. I don't know. And I am going to color that. I don't know why I didn't color those in, but I'm going to do them kind of just opposite of what I did before. Start with this one with the darkest. And then all Alright guys, well that's what I'm doing today, but I did want to share those stamps with you all. I was so excited about them. And I will be back because I got more to say, more to do. I got something fun over there that I also want to, I don't want to open it until I do a video on it, and I'm about to die to go play with it. So yeah, we got things to play with over there. Let's just see about, I don't know if this is the same purple I had before or not. But it might be. I think it is. Yeah. Alright, and I'm going to put some dark in the middle of it like I did on that one. It just had a little dark spot already there, like the center of the flower. So I'm going to you can always come back and do different little things on them. Just a little doodle or something here and there. Whatever makes you happy in your art, do it. We're not sitting here trying to make anybody else happy but you, okay? There we go. Look, guys, I hope you all have a great evening, or day, whatever time of the day you're watching this. I hope the rest of your day is great. I hope that you find happiness in something that you can do. I know we all have different limitations and we all have different situations. Look at there. These are art foamies. And I want to color this in, and I'm probably going to like stamp out love is kind or something like that. I'm going to find a little bitty phrase, like 3 words. It's not too long. Happy March. I don't know, I'm just saying. And color that in. Isn't that cute? And then we have this, I think she's Frida Kahlo. Yeah, look at her eyebrows. She's got to be. And she's got these birds all over her dress. Oh my gosh, is that wild or what? And then look at her. She has like these stars, starburst all over her dress. I'm telling you, I love the art foamies. And then I can cut out this paper doll and put her in my art journal, and it would just be awesome. It will. And so I'm going to come back. I'm going to stamp something on this tree. Or I may pick 2 quotes. That's what I'll do. I can pick 2 quotes. So, give me your quotes. I'm going to be looking for them, okay, guys? Listen. It's a beautiful day to do some crafting. Whatever that might be. I'm not talking about the same kind of craft I'm doing. You might be playing with yarn or diamond painting. Or, hey, you might be doing laundry if that's your craft. You might be mowing your yard, Angela. If that's your craft, do it. Have fun. It's a beautiful day to do it. Bye, friends.